Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about What If Season 2, Episode 1, What If Nebula joined the Nova Corps. And I was surprised with this episode. I didn't think it would be good, because, I don't know. A lot of What If episodes I just didn't really like last season. There were a lot of good ones, but there were some I didn't like. So, what made this episode special? Let's dive into it. So we start off with the Watcher narrating over the credits rolling. We see some new characters for the new episodes, and a few unknown things that we don't know what the episodes are going to be. But, sorry, I had to adjust my camera. 22nd. So, we cut to, the Watcher narrating, and all of a sudden Nebula cuts him off and starts to finish her own narration. Then we see Yondu's dead. She investigates it, and she finds his arrow using old recordings of him whistling. Well, he's talking while whistling. After she finds this, Nova Corps shows up, and the head of their group was like, someone must have put a hit on this wanted criminal. But she's not having it. She calls up Nova Prime, and they go to a private line, and she said this was a hit or something. It's bigger plans, because on his arrow was plans for something that was planted on him. This was a huge conspiracy. Now, why do we care about this? Well, Xandar has been trapped in kind of a bubble, because Ronan tried to invade after killing Thanos and Gamora. And Nova Prime took in Nebula to be a new corp after she was abandoned by everyone. Everyone died around her. Former Black Order. So she's kind of a Nova Corps, their thing. They put a bubble around for 50 years. It's been 5 years, and she's just not having it. So she goes over to our good buddy, Korg, Meek, and Groot. Buddies, I guess. They're working at a casino for the infamous Howard Duck. He's the high-rolling, kind of cocky bastard who works at this thing. So, yeah, he's just cocky. And Korg and him give her some insight on what's going on. They're like, alright, so, blah, 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 Australian accent, this keeps a bunch of files. Howard's like, how do you know this? Korg's like, and Howard's like, bitch. Howard's just funny in this episode. We need more Howard in the universe. James Gunn, really hit the ball out of the park with Seth Green on that one. But anyway, so Nebula goes off, frees someone from prison, who used to work for the High Intelligence. Marvel, if you will. Dang it, I knocked my camera. So, she breaks him out of prison. They do some bickering. They get into this orb that has all the information. Nebula bypasses it. She kind of changes the code just a little, because she knows he's going to double-cross her. So he double-crosses her, puts a virus in her. She escapes. She kind of is wounded. Nova Prime finds her, gets the cops to beat her up and kill her. She falls off a ledge. She's broken. She kind of... They're like, her watch is done, which is kind of code, she's finished. She finally had her final watch. So they go off. Well, she goes off to Howard's casino. She's like, oh, I'm hurt. And she's like, Howard, do you have any guns? And Howard's like, even if I did, why would I help you? And she says, oh, people will die. That'll give them to drink. And then she realizes he keeps mentioning drinks. And she's like, your liquor license will be revoked. And he says, Groot, or Corey, he says to one of them, it's time. And they, get all the guns out. And a funny scene is, Meek has scissor hands. Paper is made from wood, which is Groot. And Korg is rock. And they're sitting around playing rock, paper, scissors. That was just a good joke. Howard's wearing the Rambo bandana, then Nebula gets on, Yondu's fin and his jacket, and they go off to, kill these people. Groot does the move from Guardians where he swings his arm around to, defeat some guards. And, Nebula basically kicks ass to Nova Prime. She kind of unintentionally kills her. Nova Prime kills herself. Korg does a Hulk vs. Loki on the two guards from earlier. And when they're about to open, the portal, or, the thing that's dividing it, it shuts because Nebula put a bypass code in it with her cybernetics, which kills Ronan the Accuser. And then they open it up again for the sun. Howard's like, oh, yeah, you did good. You're supernova now. And then she says, your liquor license is safe. And kind of walks away. But yeah, this episode was really good, surprisingly. Out of my rating, I'm going to give it a 3.5 stars. And my number rating, it'll be a 6.5. Actually, no, I'm going to give it a 7. I'm going to give it a solid 7. And what badge should I give it? I'm going to give it... I'm going to give it Captain's Seal of Approval, which isn't the highest seal of approval you can get. The Captain America Seal of Approval is one of the mid-tier seals of approval. I have a ranking system that goes from 10 with a bunch of different like hero seals, but the cap is like right after 5 but right before 7. It's like the 6th seal. So yeah, it gets the Captain America Seal of Approval. Frick. At ease. That's going to be all. And see you next time. Oh yeah. I'll be doing this tomorrow, hopefully with some people to review with me. But we might have guests and we might not. So come back tomorrow for more videos. And we're going to go over all of What If every single day. And hopefully my mic gets better. And see you guys tomorrow.